Dylan writes, Halloween ended up in first place at the box office again. What did you think of the box office this weekend? And with big films like A Star is Born and Venom, how do you think this October measures up against previous Octobers? All right, thanks a lot for the question, Dylan. And yes, we've had an incredible October. Everything's looking really good right now. No doubts about it. And Halloween, once again, did take the #1 spot at the box office. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the top 5 positions at the box office right now. We got Halloween that came in, dropped about, I think it was about 55 to 60%, a nice looking drop, not too bad considering that's pretty good, especially when you consider the fact that it opened so high. It opened to $77 million. So that's a really great number. It takes first place again at $32 million. A Star is Born overtakes Venom. Venom has still made way more money overall, but it does overtake Venom at $14.1 million. Venom makes another $10.8 million. By the way, Venom, remember how I was saying for a while, if Venom makes $400 million, Sony's going to be thrilled? They're already well north of $500 million. They're already well north of $500 million. On a $100 million budget, you know that they're thrilled with that. Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween makes $7.5 million. Hunter Killer. Remember we were talking last week? Remember how we were talking last week that Hunter Killer looks like no one's going to go see it? It was tracking at like 8.8, like sub of 10. Sub, no pun intended. And I remember I said this. I said, could you imagine if just a few years ago, somebody telling you a political war thriller with like a nuclear-powered submarine with Gary Oldman and Gerard Butler, and that movie wouldn't even make $10 million? Well, it did even worse than it was expected. Made $6.6 million. $6.6 million with Gary Oldman in one of the lead roles. Let that sink in. So that thing is a total disaster and a total flop for you guys. Venom doing great. Star is Born is doing great. Halloween is doing great. So how is this October doing relative to other Octobers that we've had over the years? Well, the all-time biggest October at the box office ever, the biggest month of October box office, came to us in 2014. In 2014, the box office made in October $758 million. And it did so on the strength of movies like Gone Girl. God, I love that movie. That Ben Affleck film, I love that movie so much. The first Annabelle, Fury, Dracula Untold, Robert Downey Jr.'s The Judge, which was pretty much a flop in many ways. Book of Life, the animated film. Box Trolls. By the way, underrated film, Box Trolls. I like that a lot. And of course, films like John Wick. So that came out and it powered a box office to $758 million. Great. All-time record. Guess what? We're already not even at the end of October, and the official numbers haven't come out yet because you need to hit the end of October. But on the strength of films like A Star is Born, Venom, Halloween, we've still got almost a couple of days to go here. We've got a couple of days to go. This October is already broken the record. Now, what it's actually, the final number is actually going to end up being, we're not really sure, but this October has already beaten the all-time record for 2014's October, which is 758. This October is probably coming close to 800 million. So it is a record-setting October. Look, this has been a great year at the box office. We were talking in the summer about how this summer's box office, even with Infinity War, exceeded expectations. Numbers are well up over last year. We've got this happening. You know, it raises some people wanting to ask and talk about, you know, well, why is it that this year, why are we seeing this uptick? Yeah, and everybody I'm reading giving all these different sorts of explanations and want to give technical answers. The real answer is this. We've got movies like A Star is Born. We've got movies like Venom, and we've got movies like Halloween, and we've got a number of the movies, the high quality and big performing movies like we did this summer. We simply have better movies this year. We've got movies that more people are interested in, and we got some not so high profile films that people are taking a look at, and they're hearing great things about, and they're high quality, and people are running out to see them. Surprise hits like A Quiet Place, surprise hits like Hereditary, things like that. We are just seeing a better overall performance because we're seeing better overall quality of movies this year. Will this continue through the end of December? We'll have to wait and see, but it has been a great year at the box office so far.